Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review, and this is my very first review on my channel. So I'm really excited to do a review on my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Foundation, and the reason why I wanted to do a review on this was because this is kind of an interesting product and it's kind of different because first of all, it's coming from Bare Minerals, and Bare Minerals, we all know they specialize in powdered mineral foundations. So when they come out with something different like a liquid foundation, then it makes you kind of wonder and it makes you interested in what is so special about this foundation. And technically this is a serum foundation, so it's pure brightening serum foundation, and it has SPF 20, and in the back it says shake well for seamless skin perfecting coverage. So I'm going to be reading a little bit of a description on the foundation from Bare Minerals, and this says clinically proven tone correcting mineral foundation and brightening serum in one. Created with exceptional purity in mind and ultra thin skin perfecting fluid, provides seamless adjustable coverage, a natural finish and look and feel of beautiful skin, while delivering a noticeable brighter, more youthful appearance. Made with bare minimum ingredients and formulated without oil, silicone, paraffin, or fragrance. And it's nothing you've ever felt. So you do have to shake it when you apply it because it doesn't have any like bonding ingredients that most foundations have that keep the foundation together. So this tends to separate a little. So you do have to shake it. I do have to say that I am not a fan of Bare Minerals, and I've never really been a fan of any powdered foundation, so I've never been interested, I've never used it. I did play around with it a lot. I did work at like a makeup store, so I knew about it and I did help people with it if they were interested. So I did know the brand pretty well. Just for my skin tone, not my skin tone, for my skin type, it just wouldn't work. My skin is really dry or really oily. Like it's never in between the two. It's never like perfect. So when it is really dry, my skin it just can't, I feel like when I apply it, it's just way too dry. My skin just won't move. I feel like I can't move my face because I have so much powder. And then when I am oily or whatever, like I guess it would work better, but I'm just not a fan of powder. I usually like to wear foundations that are mattifying or for oily skin, and I prefer full coverage. And any powder foundations that I do have, I usually wear just to set my liquid foundation. So I do like the very full coverage foundations. So for this foundation, it does say it's a skin perfecting coverage, but I've noticed that it's not very full coverage. It's more of like a light to medium, but it does say it is buildable, and it tells you to start off with 1 to 2 drops. So we are going to be doing that, 1 to 2 drops, and I also picked up the Bare Minerals brush, the one that is specifically designed for this product. And what is interesting about this brush is that it has a little bit of like a hole in the middle, so you do apply a few drops inside the little hole, and this is designed so it doesn't get messy, and also this brush doesn't absorb too much liquid. So I'm going to be using the two together. So I'm going to be shaking it, and as I'm shaking it, it sounds like there's like a little bead in there to help shake the product and to help kind of mix everything together. And if you guys are wondering, this is a color Bare Buff number 10. Okay, so it has a little, like, it's like a squeezy bottle type of foundation, and it's very liquidy, and it says to start off with 2 drops. So we're gonna start with 1 and 2. And I don't have anything on my face right now. I do have just my eyebrows and a little bit of mascara, but on my face I don't have anything. I don't have any primer or anything like that. So I'm just going to be applying it, and I'm going to apply it on this side first. Okay, so I just finished one side, and as you can see, 2 drops did go a very long way. It actually covered all of my face, but I don't really like the coverage right now. It does give me a nice natural looking coverage, but I do like more full coverage, but I don't expect it to be to have like perfect skin because it is such a lightweight foundation, and the feel of it feels really nice. It actually, I feel like my skin just soaked it up. Like I don't feel like wet or tacky or anything like some foundations leave you. It feels even a little bit lighter than using like a BB cream, because BB creams can still be a little bit heavy even though they're very light in the fact that they don't cover as much and they're good for you, they're moisturizing, but I still kind of feel BB creams, like they still feel a little bit thick on my skin, but this feels really light and I feel like my skin is still like bare, you know, so I guess that's why they bare skin. So I'm just going to continue the other side and apply 2 drops. So I just finished my entire face and it did even out my skin complexion, and it does look like I'm a little bit brighter, and I don't feel oily, I don't feel like it's sticky or anything or wet. It feels really nice, it feels light. So far I really like those aspects of it. So as soon as I started applying it on, I instantly got reminded of this foundation right here, which is the L'Oreal Magic Nude Liquid to Powder Foundation, and I don't know what it is, but it feels so alike. And it's very interesting because this is like a liquid to powder, and it feels like the same consistency. It's like a serum also. That is kind of how it feels if you're wondering. And it does blend out really nice, and a little bit goes a long way with that foundation. I don't specifically like how it covered my face, and that is just me because I have a lot of like acne spots and just scars. It didn't cover any of my dark circles. It just evened out my skin tone really nice. So if you have young and beautiful skin already, this will give you like a porcelain finish. Like you'll look really good, but for people that need a little bit more coverage, this is probably not a good foundation unless you just want to even out your skin tone, and that's it. You're not looking for coverage, you're not looking for long wearing. So I'm just applying a thin layer of some translucent powder. I'm doing a translucent powder just so it doesn't affect the coverage of the foundation, and I do want to see how long it stays and how it wears throughout the day. But I want to use a translucent powder because I want to really use it how I would normally use it, and how I would normally use it is probably with a powder over it. I would normally also do a concealer, but I'm not going to today just so I can really see how this foundation wears. Okay, so now that I'm pretty much done, I've already set my foundation with some powder. It still feels good. It still feels like my skin doesn't have a lot on, and it still feels like it can breathe and stuff. So if you're still looking for something natural that's going to feel natural, then this is a really good foundation for you. And as far as the brush goes, I am not a huge fan of the brush. I don't think that this brush is necessary to get with the foundation, even though it is like, you know, made for that foundation. I don't like it. And the reason why I don't like it is because it's so, like, first of all, there's so many brushes that you can use that are similar. Like I use like the Real Techniques buffing brush. That is the one that I normally use, and it's very similar. And I really wish that I could like it because it's so different. It has like this little hole, but it just, to me, it just doesn't really do anything. Like I feel like the foundation, if anything, gets stuck there and I can't get it out because the hole is pretty deep compared to the amount of liquid that you have to put in there, that it kind of just sinks in and it's hard to get out. So without this brush, 2 drops would probably go an even longer way. Like if I just applied it with my fingers and then just blended it out with like a beauty blender or something that's not going to absorb the product, or just with your fingers. So I don't think that this brush is necessary. I don't really like it. I'm not a fan. So I wouldn't waste my money, and for the amount of money that it is, like this is $28 and this is $29. So you might as well end up getting 2 foundations and not waste your money on just a brush that you can get anywhere, honestly. Like you can get it for like, you can get a similar brush from e.l.f. for like $3. So you do not need to waste your money on this brush. But out of a 10, I would probably give this foundation about a 7. and I think that it's pretty good. I mean, I did have really high expectations for the foundation because it is a liquid foundation from a company that only does powdered mineral foundation. So for them to come out with something liquid, I did have a lot of high hopes for it, which it did do a really good job, but for my skin texture, it's not really working. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not working, it could be a lot better, and for me to not be 100% happy with it, then it's not worth it for me. I'd rather move on to something more full coverage. But like I said, if you don't have a lot of uneven like pigments or texture and you don't need a lot of coverage, then this foundation is perfect for you. And if you're just starting out and you need something really light, then this is perfect for you too, but I wouldn't recommend it for an all-day foundation or full coverage, long wearing, or anything that I normally look at foundations for. But anyways, I really hope you guys liked this review. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon.